We travel the world looking for fun and new adventures. I'm Carrie.
I'm Dave.
We are the cast and the crew and do all the filming ourselves.
Welcome to American Travelers. The macadamia nut is my favorite nut. Today we're at the Hamakua Macadamia Nut Factory.
The Hamakua Macadamia Nut Factory is located on the northwest coast of the Big Island of Hawaii. Hey Richard, tell me about your beginning.
I started this in 1994. I already had experience in the processing, manufacturing business, working with Ghirardelli chocolate. I took that experience and started this company.
Wow, you started small and look at you now.
It all starts with acres of macadamia nut trees. We're visiting a large grove of trees to see firsthand.
Macadamia nut in its natural state. Hey, look at Dave. There's a young one right here.
It takes about 8 months before the nuts are ready to harvest. At Hamakua, they use a golf ball collecting machine like you'd see at a driving range.
There's a dump on the back of the machine that loads the nuts into a large container. Any nuts not picked up by the machine are picked by hand. I don't think I would make a good picker, as I'd want to crack a few open and eat them.
The nuts are collected and eventually land up in a large truck that will take them to Hamakua's processing facility.
So normally, most farmers will bring it in the husk. We will remove the husk, and then this nut and shell will go into the tanks for drying. The heat we use to dry the nut, we take the shell, the empty shell, crush it into a fine powder, burn it in the biomass boiler, and that's the energy for drying the nut. We have 1,520 solar panels, and that provides 75% of our energy.
Yum.
Yeah, I hope you got a good dental plan.
Yeah.
In the tanks is the nut and shell after the husk has been removed, and we store about 500,000 pounds in total here. We dry the nuts from 25% moisture down to 1.5% moisture, so when you pick up that nut you can kind of hear a rattle in there. That's when it's ready to go to cracking.
So the nuts go through the cracking process and then sorted into 3 categories: small pieces, half-sized nuts, and the gem, the whole nut.
Hamakua offers many varieties of macadamia nuts. I really like the traditional lightly salted. That's my favorite.
How about these for temptations? Honey glazed, island onion, shortbread cookie, Kona coffee, and some hot ones like chili pepper and wasabi. As Jim Carrey would say, smokin'.
As you can see, quality control is everything at this factory.
And being in Hawaii, you have to try their macadamia coconut pineapple corn crunch and macadamia nuts and Spam.
New products include chocolate glazed nuts and energy bars made with macadamia nuts.
Another specialty here at Hamakua is macadamia nut brittle.
What is your name?
Christy,
Christy. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing here.
we're just spreading out the brittle.
It looks like you're in a hurry because it's going to set up.
You know, we've never seen brittle made. This is really interesting watching the whole process.
Seems like these two have done this before. I bet you they've played with Play-Doh when they were kids.
Fresh macadamia nut brittle. I noticed that you have marble surfaces that you work on.
Use the marble surfaces because, one, they're very cold, so when you put the glaze onto the surface, it starts to cool off the brittle.
It looked like it cooled almost immediately. They were really having to work and stretch that out.
So after Dwayne gave us some of this wonderful macadamia nut brittle, he's telling us this machine back here is the weighing system.
It's all computer controlled and coordinated.
Looks like we're getting to the final stage where everything is getting packaged and ready for shipping. Small pieces are being packed that will be used in baking products.
Dwayne just told me that you two girls were the longest employees here at the plant.
More than 10 years already.
How much does it weigh?
14.
14?
Yeah.
14 ounces?
Yeah.
Did you know macadamia nuts are very healthy and packed with antioxidants, calcium, magnesium, and vitamin B?
Wow, look at all these macadamia nuts. If only we could take a pallet or two as checked baggage. TSA may have something to say about that.
When you come to Hawaii, you think of macadamia nuts because, you know, this is where we feel they come from.
Inside these foil bags is 25 pounds of macadamia nuts, roasted and vacuum sealed. Then it is put inside of a box like this, and that's the way we ship it to our bulk customers.
We say if you're on the Big Island of Hawaii, stop by the Hamakua Macadamia Nut Factory for a tasty treat. On to our next adventure. Thanks for watching American Travelers.